You are born to thrive. You are born to feel alive. Every single second of your life. Your life. Your life. Your life. Hello, welcome everyone to this new episode of Success Stories of Expat Women. They did it, so can you. My name is Eva Sanders, and I'm an inspirational singer and songwriter, and I'm also a coach helping women to empower them, to empower you, so you create thriving life, thriving professional life after your move abroad. I am very grateful to welcome today Tulasi, and please, I didn't check how we pronounce your name, so if if ever, correct me. Is it Tulasi? Tulasi, how do you pronounce your name?
Tulasi.
Tulasi. I am very happy to meet Tulasi today and to introduce her. Welcome, Tulasi.
Thank you so much for the invitation. It's an honor to be here in front of your audience, inspiring them.
Thank you. So let us jump straight ahead in your story. Where are you from originally? What brought you to Switzerland, and where do you live in Switzerland?
So, good morning. I born in Brazil, Rio de Janeiro, the wonderful city, but I consider myself a world citizen because I lived in 4 countries and visit more than 21. So what brought me here? First of all, was very casual. I was traveling around Europe while I was having interchange in Spain. So studies interchange. And then I just heard that was something like happening here in Switzerland that's related with meditation and yoga. So I decided to come and join it. And from then I was here something like 6 months. And many things happened on the way, and then came back again after 1 year, and we already 16 years here in Zurich.
16 years in Zurich. Wow, that's quite a lot. I love that you say that you are a global citizen. Some expats or immigrants actually are global citizens because sometimes even very young they already traveled and they could really adjust to these differences, different countries, different languages, different ways of living, which for me is always very enriching. Can you just mention countries you had left before coming to Switzerland?
Okay, first of all, Brazil,
Yeah.
then India, then Spain, and now Switzerland.
Wow, what brought you to India? Did you wanted to do yoga there?
Many cases, first of all, I have some like in my story, family story, some Indian.
Okay.
So in not only this, I have Portuguese, African, and Brazil as well, and a mix of many cultures. So I love culture. And at the same time, like I told, if you see, Mindful Tree is all related to a little bit about keep grounding, mindfulness. So in India is well known by that.
Wow. So how did it come to you? How did you decide to go to India, and how was this cultural adjustment from Brazil to India? How was it for you?
For me, it wasn't difficult because my parents traveled a lot. I mean, I was already used to be like in two schools in the same year. We are always like traveling because of
Okay.
their own professional background. But of course, it's still India is a completely another world. But because I had this, like to say, this flexibility, So it was for me not like a struggle, but it was like a compliment, like a extension of myself. We have the chaos, we have the culture, we have all these varieties. And so, and I like to say, I can live in a 5-star hotels, but I can also sleep on the floor. So everything was quite normal for me. And this, because my parents always made us understand how is the world. Also by traveling, we always had like birthdays, and the birthdays was always like this between us, between our friend circle. But at the same time, my mother always did some like celebration in like houses for children with less money or not so favorable, or programs in the like for children with that cannot see, like blind. So we are always like confronted with two versions of the world.
Wow, which opened your heart. I do imagine. I can imagine. You mentioned this flexibility and adaptability are for me like the qualities. They are really important when you change cultures, when you change countries. Either you resist, either you open up to a new reality and you adapt. Is it?
Yes, right.
Mm, mhm. Okay, let us see a little bit your professional path. Did you what was your childhood dream and what happened? What did you study or how did you train and what do you do today?
Okay. So I always wish to be like a manager,
Mm-hmm.
organize, coordinate something, creating something big. But at that moment, I was thinking more in the aspect of fame
Mm-hmm.
and to be well situated and get as much money as possible. It was more in the financial aspect.
Mm-hmm.
And then with the age and also getting to know the world, I just could find my own passion. That is exactly to work with children, support parents and children in this process. But still, I loved so much the management.
Mm-hmm.
So I was keeping, how can I create this connection between management and supporting parents and children? And this, I started to go through this process of create a new revolutionary like studies or program for children, educational programs, and they could combine. So right now,
Mm-hmm.
I'm in Switzerland, already working 15 years in my career,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm a child care director. I support 70 families from different countries. So the management is there. And at the same time, I create my own educational system and my own coach formula that supports parents and children when we use the mindfulness, that I used also the power of flexibility, the adaptability, and also the aspect of believing on self-expression, and management leadership. So all this stuff, all my studies, my background,
Mm-hmm.
management, leadership, and education, I use in my process as entrepreneur and as in my process in my professional path as child care director.
Mm. Maybe some of our audience doesn't know what it is mindfulness. Can you just introduce in a few sentences what it is mindfulness, how it is and how it is helpful?
So mindfulness for me is about being, understand your own strength and control of your emotions. And this can be in many ways. Doesn't need always to be by yoga or drawing. You have to find your own ways to keep grounded, to express yourself. And this is all about also to be somehow individual. You are yourself, but at the same time, understand that you are part of the universe, you're part of this society, about a part of this world. So you preserve yourself, your identity, but at the same time, you interact with odd identities and create a new one, a bigger one. Mm-hmm. That's why this is all about impact. This is all about understanding, respect others, and also about to respect cultures.
Yes, I think you had to learn this through your journey to respect different cultures, to see that what's important for someone in one country doesn't count for someone else in another country, which probably creates a kind of um, tolerance to difference, is it?
Yes, but at the same time, you have to start to be open from the beginning. Mm-hmm. A reality is your own reality. Even when you are in India, even you are in Spain or in Switzerland, also between the Swiss people, they're not that everybody thinks the same. They still think individually, but there are some aspects that are common. Mm-hmm. So if you understand like this, so my reality is probably right for me, but there are many other realities that are right for them as well. So you can be in everywhere without having conflict.
Yeah, the question is, how do we manage to live in peace with our different perceptions? And the results of these perceptions are different realities. Actually, my reality is not yours. My perceptions are different. And the question is, how do we manage to live in respect and peace together? Is it what you teach or transmit to the families that come to you uh, to be coached by you?
This is one aspect of them, because the coach is very wholesome. Mindfulness is only one aspect. I teach about the leadership, emotional intelligence, about entrepreneurial thinking, even if you're not entrepreneur. So all this stuff together creates the mindful tree. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, the first of all, you're always like work on yourself. And what I teach for foreigners, because I work with Swiss and foreigners, not only with foreigners, to understand your own strength, understand your own belief system, and at the same time understand that there is truth in another country. Because, for example, when I started here in Switzerland, I couldn't speak one word in German. And people were always think like this, why are you aiming for so big? Because I understood, I knew my skills and my potentials.
Yes.
But they were thinking, oh, she cannot speak German. How is it possible? So, and the first thing that they thought, if you want to find a job quickly, why don't you try for cleaning?
And so what did you answer?
I answered, I know my potentials. I know what I can do. I have my background, my professional background, and I know I can do it. And because I knew that, in less than 1 year, I already found a job in the right environment, in the right field.
I love that. Yes, yes, keep.
So believe in yourself is one of the most important aspects. And this is also the point that I always focus in the Mindful Tree: confidence, freedom of expression, without being unrespectful against other groups, other cultures.
I love that. I love that. This is really like a key and the answer for so many women who feel lost. Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. Trust that there is a way, and the way will be shown one step at a time if you keep this connection with yourself, with your gifts, with your talents, with your potential, and focus on them so they can, like a flower, open and shine in the world. Wow, thank you for this wisdom. What kind of families, what kind of kids come to you? What challenges are they facing, and how can you help them?
Thank you for asking. Children that come from me, there are many kinds. Some, they want to develop this confidence. Others, they need support at school because I have the teaching educational background and also work in schools. I teach the teachers. I do a lot of workshops for them. Then there are children that they want the church to upgrade themselves, like keep developing. Not many children are come because they have, like to say, problems that they want to develop themselves and like learn new aspects of themselves. So there are, of course, the children have like problems at school, confidence, or they are not so assertive, difficult to decide what they want to do. Some also have like a family conflicts between parents and children, but also there are many of them, they are doing well, but they want to keep doing well because it's like this, the growth is unlimited. So you keep growing.
Yeah.
Even ourselves, we have coaches, even ourselves invest ourselves in learning. So it's like the same, the children. As only we start doing for the children, develop them, as much they can be successful now and in the future. And the parents that come from me, for me, normally they are parents that they have like a parent and children conflicts, or they are not feeling so well in their own skin. So because I work with thriving parents, parents that are ambitious, they have to manage the work or their own business and also their family field and circle. And this can be very overwhelming.
Yes.
So to be well in both of them, you need to create all this structure and to have support. So they come with support for them, with the strategies and tools, how they can develop in both cases well. So I'm a co-parent as well. So I'm a co-parent of a young adult child. So I understand both cases. I'm a thriving parent as well. I'm a thriving human. So I can help them to overcome their overwhelming, their time management aspects, and to make their relationship with their children so powerful and so nourishing that they can feel thriving in both aspects. I really believe that parenting is nothing to do with self-sacrifice, about understand your own way of living and understand also how your family members work and together co-create.
I love that parent, all this parenting stuff is not meant to be a sacrifice, but it's meant to be a thriving process. And I do know quite a bit of families where the struggles are so present, and there is not. What are the struggles in families about? Is it about communication? Is it about improving communication? What is it about?
There are so many aspects. Some is about communication, some is about to have a lot on their own heads, like overload of responsibilities and tasks. Some things about not understand what is their own priorities. Because if you don't know what is your own priority, it's difficult, then they are always like in this conflictive life, and then you feel guilty. And some is like they have already childhood traumas. They didn't get the real strong role models at own families. They have a lot of issues, and that's why they keep doing the same things because they don't know something better or new, but they want, that's why they are thriving better. They want to change. They want to live this wonderful life. They know what they want sometimes, but they know they don't know how, or
Yes, they don't know the
they don't know
path.
if it's possible.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, if already we have this clarity, I know what I want, that's just a huge step forward for me, because sometimes there is just this mud of chaos and not knowing what do I want. So the first step for me is always this clarity, and if I know what I want, then there are next steps and meetings and encounters that will make that I will get there sooner or later. And for me, you are probably a kind of catalyst, helping people to get there faster.
Exactly. So clarity is prosperity. And if
Exactly.
you are a catalyst, but you don't have the right tools, then it's also difficult. So you have to be catalyst and have the tools and the experience.
Absolutely.
That is also important.
Absolutely. How was it about setting up a business? You are a business owner in Switzerland now, is it?
Yes.
How was it?
Yes. And
How was it to set up your business? What were like challenges or setbacks that you faced, and how you overcame them?
so first of all, this comes with the legal aspects. It's quite a lot, registering, know what have to do, and also to understand what can be profitable for you. Because when you start, normally you don't start like a big company.
Yeah,
So if you choose the wrong style of company, can be a lot of loss of money as
yeah,
well. So first of all was this aspect that some thriving human helped me with. So ask for help is always important. And then there is the aspect of showing up and showing how you can offer the value to others. This is also another point. So create all this aspect of visibility and credibility. And then for many business owners, the aspect of sales, because once they know everything, you have to like acquire clients, have to invite them. And for me, wasn't even with all this confidence of the staff, but without, that's why I tell, if we know and we have the confidence, we still need to have the right tools, how to approach. And
absolutely.
then was also for me, like to say, a challenge.
Yes.
So I
What
understand how it works.
what aspect was really challenging for you? Like visibility, credibility, sales. Which one was like a bit hard and tough, and how did you overcome? How did you manage to deal with it?
So like those the last aspect was the most challenging, the sales, because I'm used to offer and show my value, add value, and I don't have a problem with like showing up, but still without it, having the right structure and to know how to do the things was difficult at the beginning. Now it's different. People started to come to me. This is a little bit easier,
Yes.
right? But at the beginning, like invite them to this journey and how to invite them that can be in a powerful way. So this was the most challenging. And I think it's the most challenging for many if they are not so used in
Absolutely.
their sales
Yes.
or
So
they were not like
how did
sales
you
professional for.
did you take a coach, or how did you do to improve this part of your business?
Yes, I work with a business coach. I
Mm-hmm.
think I think every oh really I believe every coach need to have a coach because otherwise you are just talking but are not practicing. So I believe in life learning process. So a business coach is very important, at least in the beginning.
Yes.
And of course, get to know new sources, like exchange with other business owners, building the network. So all these aspects helps to get the, like to say, the tools that you need.
Yes. Wow, Tulasi, thank you for sharing all your experience, all your wisdom. I'd like to ask you, please, can you share an advice, something you'd like to share with all these women who settled down in Switzerland maybe recently or maybe a few years ago? and who are still in this position of struggle, feeling down, not feeling fulfilled, n- not having real clarity, being robbed of all their confidence because actually they stayed so for so long without any concrete goal, professional goal. What would you advise them?
First of all, ask for help.
Mm.
Understand your own strengths. See your weakness as well, but not like something that is putting you down. It's like to have really like the full image, the full relation of yourself and the full like understanding of yourself.
Yes.
But of course, focus on the strength, be determined, never give up. I also have something that is very special. I many years I have this statement in my WhatsApp profile. You can always quit. Why quit now? So
I love it. You can always quit. Why quit now? Wow.
so
Mm-hmm.
this is from Robert Kiyosaki, and this is amazing. If you understand your strength and you keep doing and ask for help and get the clarity, just believe in yourself and you manage. Be determined. Discipline is everything. Nothing will come exactly. The universe is always here for helping us, but we have to do our part. So it doesn't come from the sky. You do your part, you have the clarity, you take actions, right actions. So everywhere people will come and you support you. But you need to have this clarity before. And many people get like stuck in this aspect. Oh, I'm not clear about what I want to do. So don't stay in this aspect. Ask for help. Someone can support you. A coach, a teacher, someone that is maybe already reached this aspect that you want to reach. So there are many ways for learning.
Okay, so I love it. Thank you, Tulasi. Is there any place where people can get in touch with you if they face problems like communication with children or low self-esteem of kids? How they can get in touch with you?
So please search for Tulasi Ilen in my own Facebook group. Then I have the Mindful Tree Education page on my Facebook as well. Then the LinkedIn, Tulasi Ilen. And with these three ones, I also have a group for thriving parents on Facebook that you can reach me out. But anyway, I'm going to give all these details to you, Eva, and I
Yes, and
hope
we'll
that
share
you
them
can
in,
participate.
in the introduction so anyone who is
Yes.
interested can get in touch.
And if you think you are a thriving parent that you want to keep going forward or want to go forward, and you have problems or you want to upgrade yourself, that is something very important. What helps today doesn't will help for all life.
Yes.
So I invite you to take my free as a gift to you as audience of Eva Sanders to take a free strategic call with me. 1 hour strategic call. You can talk about your parenting story. Then I can give you some steps to follow, and we can see if we can work further together. Thank you.
Wow, thank you for this offer. Thank you, Tulasi, for your experience, for your offer. Thank you for being with us today. I'm so grateful. You're listening to Success Stories of Expat Women. I'm Eva Saunders, empowerment coach for women. And as Tulasi said, I definitely agree. If you feel stuck, if you feel down, do not remain there beating yourself, feeling guilty or ashamed. Reach for help. I also offer 45 minutes clarity session for free where you will empty out, tell me where you are, and we will see together what concrete steps doable steps you can undertake in order to set up yourself on track again and to head into this thriving life that you deserve. Remember, you were born to thrive. Get in touch. See you soon.